It's a huge news day in the world of Magic the Gathering. Not only do we have the Double Masters 2022 disaster involving collector booster packs this time, but on top of that, we have Magic's new subscription service and the post-Malone Magic breakdown that just happened on Whatnot.
Magic.
I am a wizard!
History.
I'm an old wizard!
The Magic Historian.
My bones hurt. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. My friends, I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for an absolutely crazy edition of Mega Magic News. Buckle up, my friends, because things in the world of Magic are pretty wild. We're going to start out by talking about the Double Masters 2022 collector booster situation. And this is absolutely egregious and a really bad look for Wizards of the Coast, considering these are the most expensive boosters that they've ever made. Now, there's some misinformation floating out there because of this problem as well. Let's talk about the problem first, which is the fact that collector boosters are kicking out insane amounts of anguished unmakings. And if you don't get what I mean, picture this. You buy a collector booster box. You get 4 booster packs, okay? Each pack has 1 slot for the etched foil, and in all 4 slots, you get 4 etched anguished unmakings. Now, this didn't just happen to one person. This just didn't happen to 2 people. These are popping up all over the place to the point where people are now saying that 90% of the etched foils from the second wave of Double Masters collector boosters are all having this problem. But here's the thing. It's actually worse than that, my friends, because there isn't a second wave. It doesn't exist. This is actually just another part of the first wave. If you don't know how it works, waves are printings, okay? Wizards didn't do 2 printings of collector boosters. What happened is some distributors decided they wanted to hang on to some product for a little while. There were also distribution issues. So not all of the collector boosters made it out in a timely fashion. Some people may know, wait a minute, Amazon's had to delay my order on collector boosters. What's going on, right? So these boxes are making it out and people are thinking, yo, it's this new wave, but it's not. I did some more digging and you can actually find people encountering this problem. Here's a post from way earlier, almost a month ago, of somebody having the exact same problem. That is 7 etched foil anguished unmakings out of 8 openings. And the more you dig around and look at people talking about this on threads, you will find people who have opened crazy amounts of boxes. I think the most obtuse example I saw was somebody who had opened 40 packs, okay? So 10 collector booster boxes. And remember, these packs, at least in Canada, are $110 a pack, right? You're watching your value be unmade in front of you. It's anguished unmaking of your good times. Like, it's kind of poetically fitting that that is the card that this is happening with. But you buy these mega expensive boosters, and then you get super hosed by getting the same etched foil. And the thing is, you go, well, wait a minute. If this is just kind of a collation issue, shouldn't we be seeing elsewhere that people are cracking like a ton of etched Imperial seals or things like that? If you guys didn't know, Wizards doesn't print all cards equally. We've seen it before. They will do print sheets where a bunch of the cards are the same card. For what was it, the second Modern Masters? They printed like 23 or 24 rusted relics to the foil sheet. So tons of packs had these jank foil commons, right? So essentially, what I think happened, now there's no way to prove it, but what I think happened is Anguished Unmaking is one of those etched rares that Wizards made to go, yeah, let's increase the number of these, and that will lead to people having to chase stuff harder. But when the collation gets messed up and they all just get shunted into like this particular series of packs, you end up with a ton of people running into this situation. Like, if you're not aware, Wizards of the Coast uses track printing. That's how the box maps were developed back in the day. And track printing basically goes like this. For example, Return to Ravnica basically was done with an A, B, C, and D track. So they put the different cards on A, B, C, or D and print the rares in those tracks. And that's how they put them into different boosters. But by also doing that, not only does it let them randomize, it lets them control the amount of whatever's going in. So you'll have A, B, and C tracks being roughly equal, but then the D track will have a particular rare that they've selected that they will print much extra copies of, right? And go, okay, that you ever been opening packs and you go, why do I always get more copies of the worst rare in the set? It's literally by design, right? So this is a situation where Wizards' setup has gone awry. I can't say for certain that Anguished Unmaking was meant to be the disappointing card, but considering the stuff that you can get in the etched foil slot, the big chase stuff they put in there, it genuinely does come across that way. We actually saw the same thing happen with the prismatic endings from Modern Horizons too, right? Somebody got a box where there was just a ton of those. So when Wizards tries to mess around with what we can get in our packs, and obviously with the rushed way they're doing things, we end up with this scenario that is really damaging to the collector booster brand, like 100%. How does it not make you super paranoid to open the collector boosters? And then on top of that, how does that not make people who have the boxes sealed feel antsy about the secondary market on those? So you've got your whales who are buying these super expensive packs who are having a terrible experience. And then you've got your investor whales who can't really focus on buying the boxes because now, are these boxes dogs? Are they full of Anguished Unmakings? Will people buy them from me? So this is a really, really bad situation for Wizards to find themselves in, and I don't think they're going to do anything about it, right? Like we saw with the previous time that they did one of these sets and had an issue, they sent out booster packs as an apology, but that was because the advertising on the box was different. For this, customer service can just go, well, it's just a correlation issue, but it's happening with so many people. And it's kind of funny because we recently talked about the Legends Exchange program where they messed up and you could only get half the uncommons in the set, so you could send those in and they send you out new ones. But in this case, my guess is Wizards just going to throw his hands up and go, well, let's just hope that nobody notices. So I'm here spreading the word so you guys all know that collector boosters are a major danger zone. All right, so that out of the way, let's talk about the Post Malone whatnot Magic scenario, because it's actually crazier than I thought it was. If you guys didn't hear about this already, I'm sure you already know that Post Malone is into Magic. The word has gotten around. Wizards of the Coast tried to capitalize on that by going, we're going to have a Friday Night Magic, like every Friday Night Magic event, it's all going to be about Post Malone. He's going to be a part of it for a whole year. Nothing ever came of that. It seems like when Wizards does stuff like that, or the Mr. Beast contest, that it's like a big hype announcement at first, and then just kind of radio silence, right? So this event is not sponsored by Post Malone or Wizards. I looked into it. It's specifically sponsored by Whatnot. If you don't know what Whatnot is, in the simplest terms, it's a website that you go to where if you've ever gone to like a live stream or something like that, where somebody's opening booster packs, like people are paying money, like they send the money to the PayPal or whatever, people open the booster packs and then send the people that stuff. That's basically what Whatnot is. Like, you get to have people that you like opening up product and sending it out to you. It's essentially like a merchandising website. But in this case, what they were doing to promote the website was basically you can play Post Malone for $100,000. So in a free-to-enter contest, if you win the contest, then you will get to go and face off against Post Malone. If you beat him in a game of Magic, you get $100,000. That is actually a really fun concept, right? But here's the thing. Whatnot was in no way prepared for how successful this was going to be. So basically, this stream starts, you get Post Malone's face on the screen, and then it just locks up. And people are like, what's going on? And then the app just, boom, it completely crashes. It just killed the site. So they basically went, let's get everybody here. I don't know if that's a testament to how well their marketing did or a testament to how not like stable their platform is, right? It's kind of both at the same time. But either way, it's a really cool concept. This was originally happening on August 4th, and they've decided they're going to like redo it, reschedule or whatever. But I decided to really look into the terms and what was going on with this, and I have to say, it's hilarious to me. Let me lay out to you how they actually wanted it to go. And think about yourself in this position, okay? Because whoever's in charge of this does not know what a normal person's life is like and must be insanely rich. They have to be completely disconnected from reality. Because listen to how this works. The contest happens on August 4th, okay? Now you get 1 day to respond as the winner. So if you're selected as the winner, you have 24 hours to get back to them, all right? Now, it's happening on August 11th. That's when you're meeting Post Malone. The event happened on the 4th. You got to get back to them by the 5th. So 1 week after the 4th, on the 11th, is when you meet Post Malone. and you have to go to Los Angeles, California, right? They're going to give you a 2-night stay in LA, and they'll pay for your ground transportation, airfare, all that kind of stuff, up to $2,000, but no more than that. So if you're further away, they won't pay any of that, right? But it's literally like, bro, you have 1 week. You have 1 week from when you won this to get all your ducks in a row. Get your travel documentation together. Do you need time off from work? I imagine you do. Most of us have jobs where you can't just be like, hey, turns out I'm not going to be here in 4 days. Like, I've worked terrible jobs where they required that you give them like months notice, at least like a bare minimum, a month's notice, if not 2 weeks notice, right? The people who are going to be like stoked to enter a contest for free to try and win $100,000 are the exact same people who are literally not going to be able to go to this, right? You're going to win it and then find out you can't go because they gave you no time to go. I will say, I do like this. The prize is awarded at Post Malone's discretion. So he could win and still declare you the winner. All he has to do is say, you won the game of Magic and you get the $100,000. And I have to say, that's really fun. And I think Post Malone seems like the type of dude who would legit probably hand over the win anyways. You know what I mean? Just at the end, oops, I lost. I could be wrong. Maybe he's super competitive. But I just feel like he's a great part of this. It's just the execution of it is hilarious. And also, oh man, what's happened with the world? Everything getting shut down. There's this huge disclaimer in it as well. Basically, like, if you get sick and die, it's not our fault. Like, I was just reading through the terms and laughing, man. I'm like, you're giving them a week and going, rush, rush, rush. Oh, yeah, by the way, if it ends your life, we're not responsible for that. It's just the disclaimers. And some of them are like, yo, if you want to know more information about this, you have to mail us within 30 days. Within 30 days, the whole thing's wrapped up in a week. This is the fastest contest I've ever seen. I will give them credit for being optimistic and thinking they could make this happen. And I'll give them credit for push through. They were just going to get it done in a week. None of this like, we're waiting 6 months nonsense. So respect on that. Now, let's turn to the Magic subscription service. So before you get too excited, it's just t-shirts. But take a look at this t-shirt and the beefy dude wearing it. Tell me this guy isn't Gideon-esque, right? And he's got this Nope Counterspell shirt on. It's got a pretty sweet vibe, right? So Wizards of the Coast is starting a t-shirt subscription service. And they put in the effort to make this promotional image look pretty good. Problem is, when you click on the link, go to the actual website and take a look at the image they're using on Amazon for selling this, it's just like, oh, wow. Okay, so you have the awesome looking shirt there. And here you have a pile of what looks like pre-worn faded shirts with a very boring Magic logo slapped onto it. That's really not a good look afterwards, right? Like it kind of screams lazy garbage. So to me, this is something where a company has approached Wizards of the Coast and said, hey, we basically do t-shirts for tons and tons of different companies. If you provide us with designs, or we can make one of our people do designs, then we'll start a subscription service for this. We'll collect the money, do all the fulfillment, handle returns, all this kind of stuff. And you guys will get a portion for the licensing. So I don't think this is officially like Wizards of the Coast straight up doing it. I think this is a partnership. And another reason that I feel that, although who knows really with Wizards, is when you scroll down on the website, you can actually see they're trying to get you hyped up by showing you some of the Planeswalkers. Check it out. Jace. Check it out. Chandra. That kind of stuff, right? They even have Garruk on there, which was exciting to me at first, until I read the blurb below Garruk and went, wait a minute. How old is this blurb? It talks about Garruk still being cursed. Like, bro, not only did we not actually get the proper resolution of the Chainveil story with Garruk and ending Liliana and like, free me from this curse, you witch, right? We didn't get any of that. Garruk got his curse cured on Eldraine by a stronger curse eating his curse, which I thought was actually a really cool concept, even if they didn't show us in the artwork and use the artwork they had clearly made from previous times when they intended for Garruk to lose his curse in a different way, right? I could forgive them for that. But at this point, putting Garruk on here to get us excited about him, while at the same time not even slightly caring about the fact that the lore is like years worth inaccurate. This happened back in Throne of Eldraine, right? It's not like this is, oh, guy, it only happened a month ago and this is a new thing. We're talking years. They had years to update this. I don't know where this t-shirt company even pulled these lore blurbs from. If you told me, yo, Magic Historian, help me find this stuff, I'd be like, I literally don't even know where it's from. How did you find something so antiquated and useless? Did Wizards send this to you? It all smacks of basically a company that doesn't care about the product they're making, going, how do we milk these people? Look at the image they use. It's all just, for me, it's pretty underwhelming. So don't subscribe to this subscription service until you see the t-shirts. Make sure it's worth your time, right? Don't go, yeah, I'll buy a year's worth of shirts off you, and then they just send you out some lazy garbage. But anyways, that wraps up the news, my friends. Thanks for coming by. Big shout out to my patrons. We're doing a lot of fun stuff over on my Hatcher YouTube channel with a bunch of other card games and Magic the Gathering openings. And on Fantasy Geographic, we're covering Magic lore. The Brothers' War story is getting intense. So choose your fate, and I'll see you there.